as we enter into the sacred space of listening and receiving, I invite you to join me in this short induction ceremony in order to be fully open, receptive, and aligned with the information that is for your highest good in this conversation today. Begin by closing your eyes and taking a deep breath into the belly. And as you're breathing, bring your awareness into your heart center, making contact with the light in your heart. And find your heart light glowing, growing and expanding out around your chest. And now bring that light of your heart up through your crown center, through the top of the head, extending up all the way above you into central sun, making contact with the heart energy of central sun. And then bring that powerful energy down through the ethers into the crown of your head, down through your body, and into your heart center, expanding and joining with the light in your heart, and continuing down to the base of your spine, extending down all the way down into the center of the earth, making contact with the heart center of Mother Earth. And now bring that nurturing energy up through the layers of the earth, carrying liquid crystal plasma through roots up into the base of your spine, and then spreading into every cell of your body, moving into the heart center, joining with the light from above and joining with the light of your heart, creating a holy trinity of light within you, and then spreading out around you, holding space for your highest good, your highest awakening, and the opening to receive the divine downloads, encodements, activations, and light codes that are perfect for you at this time. Breathe that in deeply into your belly, allowing yourself to expand in this energy and opening to step in to the container of receiving. Welcome to the Alchemy of Ascension, Season 6. We are exploring expanded states of consciousness. And I'm your host, Waxela Sananda. And it's my pleasure today to introduce you to Tamara Caulder Richardson. Welcome, Tamara.
Oh, welcome. I tell you what, I am so honored to be here, and I love what you're doing and what short time I've gotten to know you. I think you're an amazing person.
Well, that is certainly mutual. Oh my gosh, we've already had so much fun and we're just getting started. So I'm not going to read you. Your list of amazing things that you're doing in this world goes on, but just so people have a little bit of a frame of reference, Tamara Caulder Richardson is also known as the Southern Belle Medium. She's an Angelic Sirian Council member, messenger, evidential clairvoyant medium, and Christ channeler, and so much more. And also she has the YouTube channel called Seeking Heaven, which is how I first found you and came across your work. And I just have to share this with everybody because it was so inspiring and just crazy this morning. But in the best way, we had an interview set to go this morning. And right before, and I'd done two interviews right before that. So everything seemed normal. Then my computer got really slow, shut down. I had to restart it. And when it started back up, it was blank. Everything was gone, everything. And then it was time to have Tamara on. And somehow I got the Zoom open. She came on and there was this transmission that happened. And it was mind blowing. It was just like, she's like, oh my gosh, they're here. There's a transmission. Let's go. And it was just, I'm like, what is happening? And the computer, and she's like, don't worry about it. It's going to come back. You just reset when afterward. And so it was so powerful. And what an interesting way to start. So we actually had to end and postpone and start again later in the day, which is now. But I just want to thank you for that. And just for being like out there and free, and a 6-time near-death experiencer, which we're not going to get into all that, but it has really opened you up to these expanded states. Like you are an expanded state walking around all the time from my experience of you.
Well, I'd love to take full credit for the actual download transmission that you heard. Boop, 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 wow, wow. It was awesome, which I've heard that on my computer after I've seen UFOs and had activation. So that's what it was. So, but we're all like that. We're all, if we're just open to it, we are consciousness. And what our consciousness is when we are, I guess, or if we can surrender and be aware that these things are available to us, then it will present itself. So I thank you for, you just let me just go right into my unusual ways. I said, oh, let's grab this, let's ride this train. And so we did. It was interesting, and you got everything back, which I'm really happy.
Yeah, it was powerful and just kind of blew my mind. And I was so grateful that all of my information came back just like you said it would. But, that was a little, I felt like it was just like, so I really got, this is real. This is not just an anomaly. This is like really happening.
Oh, absolutely. And, and then I got a message that we've known each other and that we worked for the, for the Galactic Federation and then the council, different light councils for a long time. And so, and then that happened. So, I'm into evidence, because I know people need it in this world. So I kind of think like that. So we did get our evidence. We did get some.
Yeah. We did. And we continued to. So I know that you talk about being a Christ channel, and you've had a lot of multidimensional and near-death experiences that brought you close to Jesus and Christ, and probably as a disclaimer, maybe to let people know you don't have to be religious. It's not connected to going to church kind of, stuff, but you can be a Christ channel and bring in that Christ consciousness without being part of the religion of Christianity, right?
Oh, actually it's, I'm just going to be bold, something I know a lot about this topic. I think it's preferred if you can. Very few people that are, I'm not saying, but traditional dogmatic Christianity and so forth, may have a hard time with this. But what did he say when he was living, in this world eons ago? I mean, I still think his consciousness is very much so alive, but he said that, what is it? The church is within you. The temple is within you. Right. So, I'm not really for a lot of man-made rules and structures. I feel like that our spirituality and our soul path is divinely guided, and that we're never turned down, and that we're connected by the love from our mother, father love, and that Christ is a huge love bug, and he comes through to me. He's very funny. He makes jokes and so forth, but this is available to everybody. I also get other ascended masters. So, he's not alone. And it makes sense, right? You have people that spend their whole life or lifetimes being a monk or, some type of spiritual guru. Of course, they would be together, but this is something I think is available to everyone. And especially these days, I feel like people need guidance. And, we're going to go over some exercises, how to connect today too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And also, for me, when I hear Christ and Christ channel, and I do Christ light channeling as well. It's not, for me, it's not a he or a she, it's a consciousness. And Jesus would be a personality from that collective. Do you see that the same kind of or differently?
I think it's all. I think all the above. And I tell people that are traditional Christians, and they say, well, how can you talk about channeling ETs? It's like, well, he's hanging out with them, like he knows them. And I'm like, I say, I don't see there's a problem with that. It's because he's so much bigger. So, yeah, he is the one in the Bible, but he's a lot more. And he is, part of that whole I am. I mean, his consciousness is so pure and so full of love. So my relation to, there's different names, Jesus Christ, Yahweh, Sananda, same one we're talking about is, I guess I wasn't really religiously raised, but when I had some NDEs, near-death experiences when I was younger, and it was especially the one I saw him in number 4, a car accident. I went through the tunnel, saw him. He said I had to go back. And I really, at that point, I was between dimensions, some really cool stuff. Like it was a rip in time. I came back and I was seeing different time periods, and I had spirit people talking to me. Super cool. And then I had a beautiful angel that was like a God portal. It was like full of fire. It was not scary. It was really beautiful. It was amazing. But when I was 5, I had a really high fever, and then I got pneumonia, and then I was at this time being, look, I don't know why. Look, we're on Earth School. Why there has to be pain and trauma? It doesn't have to be that way, but sometimes we learn a lot, and it's not like we really die, so it's okay. But I was at 5 years old having sexual abuse, so I told God. And grandmother said, well, this Jesus guy, he's your friend. I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to him. I'm saying, I don't like this. And I either want you to get rid of them or take me. So they hear when you really mean that. And so I went to, the hospital at this point. I died 15 minutes on the way. I was very indifferent about it. So we live forever, I'm above watching what's going on. The doctors come and get me and so forth. And then 2 hours on and off, I remember all the medical stuff, and I was zooming around. I was trying to help people. I was like, this is great. I'm like an angel. This is great. And so, but then finally, I was in this different place, and I was put in an induced coma. I was actually put a sheet over me, but then someone saw I was breathing. And then I stayed in this other, it looked like, to me, for me, everybody's different, but this dimension looked like paradise. It was really beautiful, pretty grass. And I said, you're that man I talked to? He says, I am. And he said, well, I have something for you. And I said, a toy. And he said, no. He thought that was funny. It's very funny. And he had great teeth, good personality, and very glowing, luminous. And he said that I had to go back, but he said that he wanted me. He said he talked about love and helping this world. He said through the small things, the big things would be done. And through the big things, the small things would be, he said through the big things, the small things would be done. I got that backwards. But anyway, I spent 3 days with him. We talked about manifestation. He taught me about energy. I knew things instantly. We had examples of that. And so when I came back, I saw him. I kept seeing him, like he wouldn't go away. And he kept talking to me. But I think his consciousness, his energy can just be there. He is a higher level being. So he can make a body if he wanted to, just like an angel. I've seen angels too actually manifest bodies. I'm not talking about ones on earth and people or whatever. I'm talking about, just instantly do that. But he's, it's mainly his energy, but he said, if I'm not with you, I'm still with you. But I've seen him on earth. I saw him June 18, 2018. I have no idea why. I was going to a concert, and he was beautiful, absolutely stunning. And he just, the energy he had was so pure. And it was the only time I can say I saw the face of purity. Only other way I would describe that would be like on a baby or with a puppy. but he had the face of purity. But I felt his energy before I saw him. We were trying to find a parking space downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, and we were going to a Hollows concert. I was all dressed up. I had a long God mandala dress. And I just screamed out of the blue, like Tourette's. I said, "My Lord," and it's so good. It feels so good. And so I thought, I just kept looking. It was real little. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. I was trying to talk myself out of it. And as we got closer, I kept trying to find reasons that this experience isn't happening. Am I having a mirage? What's going on? But then I saw the grass. He was in the middle of the road, the medium of the grass, curling around his sandals. And he looked like a model because he looked very clean, like he would be in a commercial. And as I got close and I looked at his face, he had no expression except purity and pure love. It was no smile. It was just an as is kind of thing. And I don't know why I saw that, but I think that the higher states, we can come in various forms. I mean, I know you do too, probably astral travel. And I'm always talking to people at night. They go, "Tamara, you were talking to me that." I'm like, "What? Really? What I say?" "Oh, you were talking about your healing so-and-so." It's like, probably so. So, we can do these things. We're so much more than these bodies, I mean, we need them here, but this is more of an etheric body. So, to me, he's all of those things. And then as I accidentally got a DNA activation, it was fine. I was fine with it, but I thought it was some healing. It was a healing thing, but it really was it was truly a DNA activation. I had a few more afterwards. I remember him being from Syria, including Tesla's from Syria, and talks to me. And I'm okay with that because it doesn't really matter. My love I have for him, I feel like I've known him many, many lifetimes, is like one of a very good friend, a very good trusted friend. And we laugh together. And to me, it's more real because I've seen him on the other side. However, I've also had other what do you call it? Religious leaders like Sai Baba, Yogananda, Radha Maju come through with evidence for people. And I think that's pretty cool too, especially when it's evidential to them and I don't know anything about them. So I think that there's a lot going on. I think he's both. I think he's a consciousness. I think he's also blends. I have him blend with me. One of the techniques I have him blend because it feels good, which really gets you a high. And I always say there's no high like the most high, but it feels great. But yeah, I think that it's all of those things. He's more than what people know. But just like we're so much more than this flesh and this blood and this appearance right now.
Beautiful. Yeah. I love how you have like a relationship, with them. I think that's the ultimate because it becomes personal and you really get to understand that being's expression and way of being in the world and being in life. And then you can pick it up and emulate it, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we need relationships. Even when Astros come through, he has a personality. It's very dry to me, but not Jesus laughs and cuts up a lot. But yeah, it's important to connect with people, and we can connect with people etherically.
Yeah, absolutely. So I also want to talk to you about your time. You had an experience recently on board the Galactic Federation ship. I'd love for you to share about that. That sounds fascinating. And was it what was it a light ship? Was it in meditation or was it physical? Or was it more, what was your whole experience like?
Well, I hate to tell everyone that all my spiritually transformative, powerful experiences were all accidental because we know that's not really true, but it was like that. I actually had a guest on, I don't know if you know him, Preston Denton. He's written a lot of UFO books, like 28 books or whatever. And really great personality, really a lot of fun. And we were recording and we were taking a break to the bathroom. I came back and I started telling him what I'm about to tell you. And he's somewhat of an expert in this area. He also does astral travel and does a lot of consciousness studies anyway. And he's had experiences with UFOs and a UFO. He was a MUFON researcher. So he started laughing and I said, "Oh gosh, these aren't dreams I'm having. He goes, no, you're going, you're visiting quite a bit. He goes, I go to the same place. And I described it. And he said, did they bring you the food at the end, the liquids? I went, yes. And and same thing. So I've had many since, and now I can kind of do it at will. Jesus has been on the ship too. They know each other. And so is Saint Germain and Kyron, which, I don't even think he's ever been alive, because he's kind of like an angel, but if you want to say he's just a higher level being. But yeah, these different characters that I never really knew are showing themselves to me now. But I can tell you what, and it's interesting, it all happened within a month. So when you're ready, and I want to make sure people know this, because I love what you're doing. And I think that this is so important for people to know. Yeah, I've spent my whole life, 30, 40 years, spiritual endeavors and reading and being a part of things and really trying to heal myself in various manners, mind, body, soul. But when it's time for you to wake up and to whatever, shift your attention to a certain place or your activities, or just to be aware of something, it does not have to take long at all. You can have instant memory of who you are and your mission and everything when it's ready. And you could have total recall of a lot. And that's kind of what happened. So what happened was, I'm describing it very clearly to Preston. And he's like, yeah. And that I've been there many times. And so what it is, it appeared to me that I was just there. And it's astral travel. I very rarely sleep. I'm like, I wake up sometimes exhausted. I'm doing a lot of things. So this man was there, and I didn't know who it was. He goes, I'm Ashtar. I said, who's that? He goes, I'm in charge of this place. I said, okay. And I look, and it's a massive, it's like a ship, but it's like a whole world on it. And as we're talking, we're on this deck. I guess it would look like, if you was Star Trek, it'd be the main deck, right? Or Captain Kirk would be, or whatever. And so, but it's bigger, and it's rounded, and it's round, but big windows. And he said, come sit with me. And he had hair parted down the middle, and it was blonde. And he looked like he would be in a Swedish band. That's what he looked like. He had he looked like green eyes to me. But they sat far apart, because I thought, gosh, his eyes are kind of far apart. And he had a funny little collar that stood up, so it was sort of like a business suit. But the other people had jumpsuits that looked like little belts, little jumpsuits, little white jumpsuits. Some had blue on, but he had like a little suit, and I thought, oh, that's kind of sci-fi looking. And his hair slicked back in the back, kind of like cheesy looking a little bit. I didn't tell him that, but it was slicked back. And I thought, gosh, he seems kind of European. Not anything against Europeans. I think they're great. I have a lot of European friends, but he looked different, And so he said, we sat down, and he said, I want to talk to you about something. He said, but first I want to show you around. And I said, why am I so high? And I was seeing ships come off of the ship, like big ones, and a lot of activity. And it was like a station. And he said, because it's time you're ready. You've been here many times. I said, I have. He said, yeah, not just in this life. He said, you've served on my staff for a long time, and it's time for you to remember who you are. And I was like, okay. And he says, walk with me. And then he showed me the deck, and he showed me, most of it was telepathy, but it was just as clear as we're talking now. And everybody was standing around. They had these little jumpsuits on. And I noticed, wow, they're really thin. They don't have like a bulge in any of those, the tummy or whatever. They were very fit, and they had these electronics that were gearing it that was holographic. And then in the middle was this light source, very bright, and it was moving and glowing, and it was in the middle. And he said that our consciousness helped propel all this ship. And he says, it's living, And I said, okay. And he said, this is, we're made of this. He said, this is part of bioluminescence. This is our energy. And he started explaining how it was made and so forth, and how it propelled the ship. And then he took me around. He showed me down halls and chambers, and it was curved. And then he went up to this hallway, and it had a curve in it. And he waved his hand, it's like a door, it just slid open. Like I didn't see a door, it just slid open. And we walked out to a place that looked like a beautiful jungle, a tropical. And I said, "Oh my God, that's so cool. How did you do that? That is the coolest thing." He didn't really have any reaction at all. And he says, "I need to talk to you about something." I said, "What?" And he seemed serious. And I said, "You're worried, right? You're worried that we're going to blow the planet up." And he didn't respond. And I was like, "Okay, I need to stop joking, you know." And so he said, "You're needed now." And he says, "I have a few things that I want you to do. It's time." And he said, "The timing is here." And I said, "Okay." And he said that I'll be working with people here and over there. And then he said, "We're going to have frequent communications." And I said, "Okay." And he told me to, he said, "You are you are the key, you are the activator along with others here. We're like activating, raising energy or something." I said, "Okay." And then he showed me around some more. And I felt like I was an honored guest. And then, and it felt familiar, very familiar. It was not an abduction. That's just weird. I mean, it was beautiful. And so then he says, "Well, I'll see you next time." And he said, and he had someone escort me. It was kind of like further toward the back of the ship. When I went there, they had these little short people, and they wanted to feed me. They said, "You want, are you hungry?" I said, "I'm not hungry." They said, "Well, take a bath." I said, "I don't need a bath. I'm not dirty." They said, "Take a bath." And so they had these showers there. And I'm like, they said, "It make you feel better. The warm make you feel better." And they're little teeny people, not, you know, taller than Yoda, but little people. And I thought, isn't this odd? You know, take a shower with people, and they could care less. So they gave me a towel. I took the shower. I said, "Don't you feel better?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's okay." And then they gave me hot. It felt like miso soup, just hot soup, nothing really in it, just miso. And then they gave me, which felt like hot tea as well. And then next thing you know, then I'm back. That was one of the trips. And I told this to Preston. He goes, "Why don't you look at those little people again?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Look at their eyes." I said, "Wow, they're kind of big." So they're a type of Palladian, like a serpent. I didn't know that, but they were a little big. They were, you know, very much so into service. He said, he said, "They usually feed me these nutritional, like protein bars." He said, "But they love to get people hot soup." He said, "They're obsessed with cleaning, uh, with baths." That was just one of the ones. Yeah, they're calling everybody like this in. Another time, I was on there and saw there was 100,000 people in a big room, and it was all of us in there that are starlight workers. And I can't say the exact amount, but it held a lot of people. Okay, so you can say auditorium. It was huge. And but it didn't feel like we were crowded in, and it felt synchronistic. And we were getting instruction. And every now and then it's like a conference. We're all invited to go there. And well, we're kind of expected. I mean, I wouldn't say mandatory, but sort of. But it, you know, well, that's not a good word, but we're expected to be there. And so in a good way. And so he's had occasionally we'll get downloads like that. We get downloads at night, and we got a download just now, which was amazing. So but yeah, I've been on there, and I've also been on there another time recently, and the activation that we heard with the frequency. I had him you asked me, this is very odd, but you know, like that was normal a minute ago. So I I was doing this meditation with this friend of mine from South Africa. And she said, "Well, I'd like for you to show up to do a meditation today." And several of us are doing it. Suki from India, or she's Indian, but she's from the UK. She'll be there. We got a few people there. I'm like, "Okay, what are we doing?" She goes, "Well, we're just doing some kind of energy raising thing. And we're doing some, I don't know, it was one of these portal days or whatever." I said, yeah, okay, let me see. I think I can." So I didn't realize it was broadcast to a bunch of people. And I didn't realize I was one of 6 people like on this group thing. So I think I put on some sunglasses, and when I thought it was a private thing, and they started going into this meditation. They started going into go to your star planet, go to where we all gather, and along And along the way, I saw the elders, the beings of light, and they were from all, and then I saw different galactic nations represented. And then next thing I know, I'm on the ship. I'm on the Federation ship. And I have all this, it looks like cold air coming toward my face, like an air conditioning bit, but you can actually see like, whoa, they're back into cleaning. They got to clean me off, sterilize me before I get back on. They're really obsessed with that. And so I'm on there and I see Ashtar. He's got on blue this time. And Jesus, Sananda, is behind him. And Ashtar's he's usually kind of serious. But Jesus was smiling. And in his hands was a Merkabah, but it was an energy Merkabah, and it had a lot going on. And they were presenting it to me. And I said, what do I do with this? And he said, what do you want to do with it? And I said, well, what does it do? And he said, it transforms your thought into things instantly. It's very powerful, and it can transform a situation. I said, like, it could heal someone. It could do, he said, it can also be used as a weapon if needed. And he said, but yes, it can transform things into a better way. He said, so think carefully, but it was like an honor. He was giving me this. So as he's doing this, and I said, well, it transforms things and changes them. I don't know if I did this. I said, well, I'm going to put it in my heart. I don't know if I did this. Sounds so corny, but that's what I did. And I said, but oh, wait, what about if I need it for other people? He goes, no worry. It's infinite. You can duplicate it. So I kept my dog alive for years, putting this extra Merkabah. I didn't even know what a Merkabah was. I had to look up the word. I didn't know. And so it rotates. It's moving all the time. He said, this is yours. And he said, all angelic beings get one. You got yours because you finished your light grids. You can't make this stuff up. Around the planet, which is holding it together, and is kind of like this spiritual internet. And so it does a lot of things: healing, communication. It keeps the frequency up. It's just it's a protective thing to Mother Gaia. But anyway, and so Jesus looked really happy about that. So when we're done, we come back. It's just like really beautiful. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. It just felt so real. It's amazing. And I come back and they said, would everybody want to share? A couple of people shared. So what about you? So I start sharing. Every time I got to Ashtar giving me the Merkabah, my camera would black out. Only mine out of all the 6 frames. And then I would say, okay. And then I would go back and start again and start talking about that part. And it started doing the same transmission that we had with you, like wow, 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 blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, stop. I'm like, great. And so they started laughing. The lady in charge, she goes, you know what? They don't want you to talk about it right now. So we'll just leave it like that. They went back and looked at the recording, and I was blacked out all the times I've talked about that. And so why, I don't really know. And then the next day I did a recording, and that same frequency came through. After that, I saw a month later a fleet of UFOs, a big red one beside me, and a fleet beside it. But my husband saw it too. He's kind of normal, and he saw it first. And honestly, I did not. We were on our way to Asheville, North Carolina, and we're running late, and it's about 7:00. But it was a pretty night. And he goes, look at that. And I'm looking like it's the most normal thing. And it's like huge right there. There's 4 there, 1 there. And I went, yeah. And he goes, I think it's UFO. I said, yeah, I think it is too. Like, it was huge. It was right following by our car. And I didn't pick up the phone or take a picture. It wasn't like that. I don't need proof of things. I have so much stuff happen. I don't need it. But I had this, it's really hard to explain. I had this intense love. I was so depressed for days afterwards because they did not land. I was really upset. And then I started drawing light codes and all sorts of things like that. I've been speaking light language. And then 2 months after that, I saw a mothership in my backyard. I know that sounds really crazy, but that's what it was. It shocked me. I was bringing a pizza home. This is crazy. It was the same time and date, but 2 months later, the exact day and time. So, well, I'm bringing this pizza home, and I'm getting ready to pull in the driveway, and I look behind, and we're off the road a bit, and I'm looking about an acre and a half, and I'm looking up, and I'm thinking to the corner of my eye, it must be a helicopter flying low. you know, and I'm looking and I'm like, and I had to stare at it and tell myself what it was. I'm like, it is, and it had like a crystal with a prisma. You know how it flares different colors? It wasn't like solid this and that. It flared out colors everywhere. And it was oval, but longer than that. And then it had almost a different section below that had individual lights. And it stayed there for a while. I even called my husband in the car, get outside. There's a big ass UFO out there. So he's running. And then it snapped back. But it was like the kind you see. It didn't look like the same shape. It was actually a little bit longer, but like the one in the Close Encounters. And I definitely believe that they're following many of us, knowing what's going on. They can't really intervene, but they can help energetically, messages. They'll intervene if they need to, but they're kind of leaving that up to us. That's kind of why we're here. But that's why I'm so happy to be here and, you know, on your channel and speaking with you, and also speaking at the conference, because we don't want to let our past dogma of having religion, no religion, or whatever affect our spiritual growth, because I look at Christ as an eternal thing. So of course he's going to be involved with other planets and all of that. He's interdimensional. So he actually works with that group. And then I realized through it's actually a midlife regression with Dr. Linda Botman. She's written 3 books. It's about 3 years ago. And then she studied with Dr. Michael Newton, that we did one of those past life, your origin kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's give it a go. And we kept tracing back further different planets. And I've done about 360 hours of past life. So I was like, you know, but apparently I'm from the angelic realm and we have been working for the Office of Christ for a long time with him. And he works with, I mean, I don't like calling them ET. They're our families, what they are. And so, and here we are. And I think that makes me sad that people look at such separation of humans and separation of them. And 99% of them are very high vibration, more than here. And so, you know, I just try to do my part like everybody else is. And if I can give someone the courage to say, it's okay to look. It's okay. And, you know, just because someone has a spiritual experience doesn't mean it's scary. It can be incredibly magical.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I've had both, but it's really how you frame it. And I've seen so many ships. I've been followed by ships, you know, all of those things. So you never have to apologize or say, oh, this sounds crazy, because I think myself and most of the people that our viewers on the Alchemy of Ascension can understand. If they're not direct experiencers, then they at least are open-minded to it. So yes.
Oh, and I appreciate that so much. I mean, we need to all be kind to ourselves and to one another, and we need to support each other in our spiritual growth wherever we are. And, you know, it does take courage to talk about these things, but and I'm very sane, but I 100% experiences, and I know there's more to come. So it's made this world so fascinating. And you don't have to have an NDE or something, you know, or I don't know, whatever, to have a spiritual awakening. You can decide you're willing to look and to see. But we do have assistance, you know, talking about the Christ love and the light, that he loves blending with people and bringing his energy with them. So I like how that feels. I like him to draw close. And I always say, there ain't no high like the Most High. That's some good stuff.
I love that. So are you ready to kind of move into sharing a process with us?
Yes, I would love to. And you know, that way people know where I'm coming from. They're all cool about it. We're good. We're everybody watching. We're all good friends now, right? So they can kind of see where I'm coming from. And I think it's important to have discernment. I will say that. And I have seen creepy things, but you know, it's fine. You know, I'm fine. But most things are not. They're really not. So, but it is important to ground and protect and always stay in the highest vibration, even on a daily basis. Because you don't want to lower your vibe. So that's important. But today, the technique that I want to talk about is about connecting to the divine Christ light. Now, it's a real treat what I'm going to do, because what I'm going to show you, I've used in person. It works the same online. You know, I joke a lot because, you know, that really helps get rid of fear with people and connects them. But seriously, a lot of people get high doing this. And I mean, like, you know, like cosmic God stuff. It really does feel good. And if the longer that you do it, you can do this yourself. You don't, you know, you can replay this, you can do it yourself, you can do it longer periods of time. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So, first of all, I had mentioned that Jesus wants to be blended with us and join us when he really likes that, his energy, whatever you want. It's all the same, Christ consciousness, whatever. I mean, he's probably not going to show up and go, hey, and do that. That's, you know, but he is always there. Because he's come through. He just came through before this interview, evidentially to a lady about building a hammock in Florida, and he wants to cuddle and spoon with her. She goes, I just got that today. And I went, oh, wow. So I'm like, I was like, that is so cool. So, you know, hey, I'm not going to define who he is to you, and, you know, just have fun with it. However, he is the love guru. He is very much so into that. And he said, look, I didn't start the Christian religion. I don't mean to upset anyone. He said, I'm for everybody. And he truly is. So he is our spiritual friend and teacher. He is a wise teacher of universal love. His presence is so high and pure that once we have that in us, it does not only increase our vibration, but others in the world. And he also explains planetary mysteries to me. And Akashic readings, he said, we've been time traveling for some time. He tells me all sorts of crazy. I said, really? He tells me crazy stuff. And then I find out it's true. How much cosmic disclosure. I said, Jesus told me all this stuff. So, yeah. So, I mean, you know, why are we putting limits on stuff? Why not? Right. And so the love that he has is safe. It's pure and unconditional. Now, today in this exercise, you can say it's your higher self or what, you know, just don't get in it. Just enjoy this. You're going to blend your energy with Christ's energy, and it's going to feel beautiful. Some people may get moved because it affects so deeply your heart chakra area. I love working with the crown chakra. I say never, I don't really like it that much, but from your energy connection from the root chakra up, I always, bam, just go right from the top down. Feels great to me. Let's just open that can of the crown chakra right up. And so this is going to do this. It's going to open that crown chakra. Now, the secret to this, the cool thing, this is somewhat I experienced in my near-death experience state, in the euphoric part, not the pain part and the suck. Once you're past that, this is the euphoric part. And so there's something metaphysical going on here when I do it. I'm bringing part of that light experience here, and it's free. It's for, you can do it too, but there's actually something that, I mean, don't think too hard about this, but you'll feel a tingly, a warm, and all that generally, and it may make some people cry. It's okay. You know, whatever comes up. And again, the more you practice it, practice it in the car. I do it all the time. I mean, it's quick for me now. I can do it like that. It also can change your attitude. It can help you manifest things quicker, and it can help heal your body. So that's what we're doing. So sounds good?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody's going to feel very peaceful. So let's begin. You ready? A glass of water. Okay. Oh, here we go. So what we're going to do initially is we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. We're going to breathe, we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, literally, I recommend kind of parting your mouth, like literally like opening the mouth. And you really, I'm going to walk you through that. And then I'm going to let you continue with that as I begin to go through this. This is the divine light experience, that the good stuff that so many near-death experiences talking about, that, you know, the good stuff, like the Cracker Jack thing at the end of the box. This is it. So here we go. So let's get comfortable, you know, put our hands and feet apart, and we'll work through the things in your mind that are addressing you, that maybe have your attention unit. Don't worry about that. That's going to fall away. So I want you to, first of all, close your eyes. And I want you to sit comfortably, and I want you to appreciate and feel your body, this beautiful vessel that you've been given. And I want you to slowly breathe in. I mean, so be aware of your body. This is good. Breathe in slowly through your nose. We'll do it together. In. Hold it. And exhale slowly. And we're going to do 3 of these, and then I'm going to walk you through some more things. And as you breathe in through your nose, in, and then you hold it and exhale. And one more, I want you to start appreciating your breath and being in this space and this time right now, and breathing in and holding it and releasing. And to know that you're in a safe, comfortable place, that you are loved beyond measure. And as you breathe in and exhale out, I want you to visualize this beautiful light. I'm going to do it exactly the way that I do it for myself. Is that I first visualize this very large clear tube. And it's I can see through everything, but it's a protective, beautiful tube. And it's about 10 feet on each direction. And it goes straight up to the heavens. And of course, we know that's dimensional. It's really not up or down, but for the sake of the meditation, and I like it, it feels good. Let's do it. Okay. So all the way up to the astral level, to the galaxy, to the heavens, whatever you so call it, all the way down to Mother Gaia, this tube. And in your tube, keep breathing in and exhaling. In this tube, you can also put in your angels if you want. You can put in your guides if it gives you comfort. Then go ahead and do so. I like putting my angels in there and all of that. I like putting my team in my tube. It feels good. And so as you breathe in and exhale out, I want you to visualize a beautiful, beautiful white light. And it's got gold. It's like gold. I want to say it's got a shimmer, like a gold shimmer cast to it. And it's coming from above and it's descending upon you from the top of your head. And I want you to start breathing, and you're going to breathe this in. And it's living. It is a living consciousness of love and acceptance and wholeness. And it's where we're all from. It's our birthright after all. And I want you to breathe in. Oh, breathe it in, breathe it in. And exhale out. Oh, and know all is well and as it should be. And surrender, knowing that you're protected and this is your divine sacred time. And breathe in that beautiful white golden light. And now it's at the top of your head, and it's starting to feel a little tingly over the top of your head, like warm honey coming, just a warm feeling, like when you've been cold outside and now you put on a beautiful, warm, just comfortable blanket that's been heated. And you breathe in and exhale out. And now, because it's coming to the top of your head, this beautiful white light, there's thoughts that are emotions. There could be, a busy day. It could be someone said something harsh. It could be a responsibility. It could be there in the back of your mind that you're upset about something. What I want you to do is I want you, as you're breathing in and you exhale out, I want you to visualize that your breath exhaling out is darker matter, because we're going to get rid of that today with divine light. And then Christ is in charge of this, as we're going to bring him in, but we have to piece it out. As you breathe in, exhale. I want you to think of any fleeting thought, silly, important, not important. And I want you to release it to that beautiful Christ light, that divine light, where we're all from. And he's here as our friend and as our teacher and as our guardian, watching over us, do this, to assist us with this. breathe that negative matter out, because it does create pains in the body and anxiety. We want to release that. There's no reason to hold this in. It is not ours to have, and we release it. And as we breathe in and exhale out, now it's a little lighter now. And this golden white light now is down to our ears. Ooh, now it's down to the top of our neck. There may be some there are blockages. It will eventually open. It may be something with the crown chakra, the third eye, or the throat. Allow this divine light of Christ to work on that. Keep breathing rhythmically, appreciating your breath, being in gratitude, excelling, getting rid of now. It's even lighter, that all these energies are now being cast to the side and they're going away. They're just evaporating away. And as you breathe in, this beautiful white golden accepting light comes down through your ears, down through the neck, down through your shoulders, down through your arms to your elbows. And you can see it. It is covering you in this beautiful shimmery golden, just very healing light. It's very bright, but yet it doesn't hurt your eyes. And then it goes down, and look at it going down through your arms, down through your wrist, and out through your fingers. And you're seeing, wait a minute, I look like a light body. And you're breathing in and exhaling out. And the thoughts don't really matter so much. It's just being here that does. And now they're fleeting away. The thoughts are forgotten, and you breathe in and exhale more of that beautiful, loving golden light that accepts you completely and always has. And now it goes in through the core of your chest, and then it's the heart center. And this beautiful Christ light that embraces you with nothing but pure love and generosity and peace. I want you to speak to that Christ light, anything you're holding in your heart that you want to release, that it's time, let it go. The world needs you. Christ, your friend, needs you. We need each other. It's all okay. You are safe, my friend. Release all that doesn't serve you and breathe in and exhale out. And if you see the things that you don't like, that's okay. Just let it pass by. Just let it pass by. It's like changing the channel on the TV. You don't want to see it. Let it keep passing by. And then breathe in and have that golden light fill your area of your entire chest area, your lungs. Have them clear it. Be in gratitude of your breath and all the people that love you and that you love them, and all the things that you have to be thankful for, including your animals and your pets and your talents and your abilities, your resiliency. Breathe in and exhale out. This golden white light now is going through your rib cage, down through the top of your belly button, down to the top of your hips. You might find your legs feel a little weak. They're going to go down through the top of your calves. And as you breathe and exhale out, you're seeing that your breath is rhythmic, and your breath now is all golden, that is not dark anymore. You are becoming one in vibration in your DNA with this Christ light, because this is who you really are. You are of light. You are of one with the things of the Most High. And as you breathe in and exhale out, now this warm feeling of love goes through your calves, down through your knees, down through the sides of your leg to your ankles, down through your feet, down through the ground of Mother Earth. Anything that as through passing, that not just through the breath, but any residual negative things or upsets or unwanted things are now being released into the ground. And as you breathe in and exhale out, you are going to be breathing in a rhythmic pattern and the same Christ-like vibration of where you're from. You are spirit. You are love. You are one with your brother Christ. And breathe in and exhale out. Look at your hands. Keep your eyes closed a bit mentally. Look at your hands, look at your feet. You are a light body. That's what you were all along. This is an illusion. You are so much more than that. You were seen as all bright lights, and you are. And as you breathe in, exhale out. I'm going to ask Christ to move close to all of us and to merge with us as a light being. There is no fear in this, but it's joy, and it can be extremely a beautiful experience and gratifying. And as you breathe in, I'm going to ask Christ to step forward and to blend with you and your energy, and to know that you are so loved beyond measure. You don't have to believe it. You just have to receive it and feel the love. This is who you really are. This is your home. You can have home come to you anytime, because there is no separation, only the separation that we allow in our minds. And as you breathe in and as you exhale out, for those ones that even want to be closer, ask for that ethereal hug. Ask for Christ to be your mother and your father, maybe a parent you never had, a friend you never had, a companion you never had, and let him blend with you. And as you breathe in and exhale out, know that Christ is, I am, and you are, and it always has been. Time is fleeting, and yet it is gone, but yet it is an illusion. But what lasts forever, whatever forever may mean, is your consciousness and love, and the love that flows through us. And never should we stop being love, giving love, or receiving love, but be the love that we were created to be. With God's divine love, thank you. Thank you, Christ. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Sananda. Thank you, Ashtar. All the things that people call you. Thank you for being our friend and our guide and our teacher and helping us today. And you can have this beautiful energy with you all the time. It's nothing you have to deserve. It's just free and available to you. And as you breathe in a couple more times and open your eyes. Slowly, and breathe out. And again, appreciate this breath and slowly breathe out. And if you want a bonus, you can ask one question before you open your eyes, and you will get it. If not now, you'll get it in your dream state. Make it simple. Okay, good. I got my answer. It's a cute one.
Thank you for that beautiful experience. Wow, that was really like I felt, yeah, peaceful, and like these just waves. Just I felt like I was on waves and lots of tingles.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. It's tingles and waves, and it's just this it feels very warm, and you just feel peaceful, and you feel kind of like, like, yeah, I just want to take a nap. Yeah, but as you do it, you can actually get to higher states of ecstasy, like euphoria. And I've spoken Aramaic in this state. And someone actually sent it to someone, yeah, and it was like Aramaic, yeah, and it actually was stuff he used to say. Who knew? But the thing is, so you can use it lightly, or you can use it, longer and more intensely, meaning, you can really get into it. I've used it in my car, like when my nerves were shot and I had a lot going on. I was like, and I just visualized the divine light. But that is a feeling, kind of what it's like. There's a completeness and a wholeness that you feel on the other side, and that's it. We are spirit. So, did you have a question that you asked?
I did. I actually asked for a healing, a certain experience to be healed. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good. And so I asked, I said, is there anything that I don't know? I didn't have a prepared question. Okay. I just something I thought about the last minute, but you can get your answers doing these things. They come pretty quickly. They're usually really short and really sweet. It could be like, you know what the answer is, or of course, yes, or it's just very sweet and quick. And I said, what is it that I should know about you? And he said, I don't know. I didn't have a question prepared. So that's what came up. And he said, we're going to get on that boat. Remember the boat about doing the contact with the, that's what he said. He said, you're going to go. And then he giggled.
Huh. Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, you can get things like that, or just really being at a peaceful state. So I hope people enjoyed that. There are different levels to that, and you can practice that yourself. And once you start visualizing and know how it feels, it comes quicker. You don't have to do it this long.
Yeah, yeah, it can be. And I love that you let people know too. It can be really quick. It can be in a moment, just reminding yourself of like that state and that feeling and inviting it.
Yeah, you know what it feels like now. You can just visualize it a few times and boom, in 5 minutes you can have that. But these are for people that have never done this before, but it can be instant after you do it a couple times.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tamara.
You're welcome.
It has been really wonderful to have you and just hear of your experiences. It's fascinating to hear about your time on the Galactic Federation ship and your time and experiences with Christ and just bringing that energy and that light to all of us. So I really appreciate you. Yeah.
I appreciate you, and you're going to be on my Seeking Heaven channel, so I get to hear all about your experiences and all the really cool things about you. So I can't wait for that.
I look forward to that too. And for everyone watching and listening, thank you for tuning in. You are not alone, and we appreciate you. We love you. Namaste. If you're looking for spiritual community on your ascension path, you have found it. The Alchemy of Ascension community membership is a brand new membership that I have launched to bring together spiritual seekers, people who are actively working their ascension path, their ascension journey. And I know that for me, when I was younger and deeply into my spiritual path, I felt really alone on my journey. I didn't have spiritual community. And part of my mission now is to bring together people from all walks of life, from all over the world, and create a platform where we get to share together and be together. I will be in there with you every month doing activations and sharing information. I am really setting it up as an interactive community experience. So it's not all about me, it's about you. You get to meet like-minded people, interact with each other. There will be plenty of opportunities in a forum where you can chat, where you're not on social media, so you're all in this protected container together. There will be a book club. There will be mastermind opportunities. There will be breakout groups where you just get to know each other, get connected, get related, and make new friends. This is the very thing that I always wished that I had when I was younger and just starting out on my path. It is my greatest service to be able to provide this for you at a really low cost that I think is very fair. And so founding members are going to get to enter at $33 a month. And that will provide everything that the membership has to offer and a wonderful, beautiful experience as a member of an ascension community. So if this is speaking to you, if this is something that you're interested in, find the link below and join me as a founding member. This is a limited time opportunity for founding members, and there will be a hard stop. We will close this opportunity at the end of the summit. So join us now and be part of this brand new community for all of us who are working on our ascension together. I appreciate you. I love you. Namaste. If you're looking for spiritual community on your ascension path, You have found it. The Alchemy of Ascension community membership is a brand new membership that I have launched to bring together spiritual seekers, people who are actively working their ascension path, their ascension journey. And I know that for me, when I was younger and deeply into my spiritual path, I felt really alone on my journey. I didn't have spiritual community. And part of my mission now is to bring together people from all walks of life, from all over the world, and create a platform where we get to share together and be together. I will be in there with you every month doing activations and sharing information. I am really setting it up as an interactive community experience. So it's not all about me, it's about you. You get to meet like-minded people, interact with each other. There will be plenty of opportunities in a forum where you can chat, where you're not on social media, so you're all in this protected container together. There will be a book club. There will be mastermind opportunities. There will be breakout groups where you just get to know each other, get connected, get related, and make new friends. This is the very thing that I always wished that I had when I was younger and just starting out on my path. It is my greatest service to be able to provide this for you at a really low cost that I think is very fair. And so founding members are going to get to enter at $33 a month. And that will provide everything that the membership has to offer and a wonderful, beautiful experience as a member of an ascension community. So if this is speaking to you, if this is something that you're interested in, find the link below and join me as a founding member. This is a limited time opportunity for founding members, and there will be a hard stop. We will close this opportunity at the end of the summit. So join us now and be part of this brand new community for all of us who are working on our ascension together. I appreciate you. I love you. Namaste.